Yo, what's up everyone? Gamesager here. So I decided to make a new movement tutorial for everybody because the new update's coming out and I figured I could make a better one than I did last time. So this one's going to be a little different. I have a controller camera and doing it on my PC with my new PC, new microphone and all that, so it should be good. So first things first, the controller camera, the B button is my slide. You can see it blink when it's white and when it's being pressed. A button is my tactical. They're both on the bottom of my controller, so my B is my right paddle and my A is my left paddle. My jump is LB, the top left button, so that'll be L1 for your PlayStation. And that's pretty much it for that. So now to show you how to slide hop. Oh, also, if you are playing with a default controller, I recommend the Evolved control scheme. Evolved lets you jump with LB and slide with the right analog stick, which makes it so you never have to take your thumbs off of the analogs, which is a huge advantage. So to slide hop, first things with slide hopping, how it works. So whenever you have momentum in this game, if you touch the floor, you lose speed when you try and jump off of it. But if you slide before you land and then jump immediately when you land, you don't lose nearly as much speed. You still lose a little bit of speed, but not nearly as much. That's why airstrafing is important. And I'll talk about that later. So anyway, to slide hop, you gain momentum or speed off of any wall. Just jump off a wall, gain speed, and you slide before you land, and then you jump right when you land, slide again before you land, and just always have slide procced before you land. The way I do this, where I have a good rhythm, is that I hold slide, and then I land, I jump, I let go of slide, and then I hold it again immediately. This is what works for me because I have a slide on the bottom of my controller. So I am holding slide more than I'm not holding slide. Now, that's how slide hopping works, and now I need to explain airstrafing. So if you notice on the controller, I'm always either holding left or right whenever I am slide hopping. This is what allows you to airstrafe. Airstrafing gains speed. So slide hopping helps you from losing speed, and airstrafing makes you gain speed. This is why you need to do both if you want to go as fast as you can. So what airstrafing is when you move your character in the air and your character just changes directions. And the way this works is you hold the direction you want to go with your left stick, and you guide your character where you want to go with your right stick. So if I want to go around this corner, I would be slide hopping this way, and I would be holding directly right on this stick, and I would slowly curve my way over. Not too much of a curve. You curve too much, it doesn't work as good like that. You need to curve after each jump. You curve a little bit more. And that is how airstrafing works. So to go left, you hold directly left. To go right, you hold directly right, and then you just guide it with the right stick. The way I like to teach people to do this is imagine you're playing a third-person game, like an action game, where you would control your character specifically with your movement, and the right stick would be controlling your camera. You want to go left, you just pretend you're a third-person character. You're trying to go left, you go right, it's the same thing. And you use the right stick just to control the camera. You just want to pan the camera in a pretty slow manner to make sure you don't overturn and go slow down. And yeah, so that is how you airstrafe and slide hop. So when you want to throw in double jumps, which I do quite often, is you need to be holding the direction you want to go, not exactly forward sometimes, but where you want to go. So if you're trying to, you'll probably lose speed. Like if I want to go around this corner, I'll double jump to the right a little bit, and then I'll go around it. Pretty much you want to avoid double jumping too much because it does make you lose speed if you do it wrong, and it's very hard to do perfectly. Most people don't do it perfectly unless you're very practiced in this. So I recommend using double jumps if you need to correct yourself a little bit, correct where you're going a little bit, or jump over an obstacle like this, for instance. Yeah, that should pretty much explain airstrafing and slide hopping. I'll summarize that a little more at the end of the video if you're interested. And now I need to teach you guys how to do perfect wall hops. So if you've watched my gauntlet videos, you see I know how to get up to 50 kph pretty often and pretty easily. So to do that, what I do, I don't know if this is the correct way to do it or not, but I know it works for me, is I approach a wall with speed. You need to be approaching the wall with speed already. So your base speed while sprinting is about 20 kph, wall running is 30, and jumping off of a wall gets you up to 40. So when you slide off of a 40, you continue to go around 40. when you go up to another wall after that, you could boost that up even higher. So it's easiest to do on walls that look like this, where it's at an angle, but I'll show you right now. So this is the normal way when you jump off, how fast you would be going, all right? And I'll go over here and I'll show you when you do wall hops correctly. So the wall hop, to do it, is you approach it with speed at a shallow angle. You push diagonal like this. Look at my controller, diagonal towards the wall. Before you hit the wall, you want to be holding forward again. So there's like a gravitational pull where it pulls you in towards the wall. And in between that and when you land, you want to be holding forward again. And then you jump off of it immediately. So I'll show you. You see that? How I hold a diagonal towards the wall, and then I hold forward immediately after I hold the diagonal. The diagonal will make your character pull in towards the wall, and then you hold forward before you actually touch it to gain the extra speed. And that is how I go so fast all the time, even without stim. If you combined all of this slide hopping movement and all that with stim, you could go extremely fast, and you could keep that speed the whole time. So you could basically keep stim speed indefinitely until you have to make a sharp turn. And it is extremely useful. So stim's one of the best abilities in the entire game with slide hopping, because you could keep going super, super fast. If you learn how to do this properly, you could do it backwards, but you have to kind of control it like a car and use opposite stick movements, sort of. One of your stick movements is the same. I don't even remember, but you'd figure that out on your own once you figure out everything else. So yeah, I hope that helped. I'm going to go over this again, summarize a little bit, but if you figured it out from now, you could go ahead and leave and like it if you feel like it and sub, but I'm going to summarize this a little bit. So slide hopping again, it is jumping off of a wall, sliding, jumping right when you land, and then sliding again. Just always be sliding before you land to keep momentum. Remember this, sliding is to keep momentum. Then there's airstrafing, which is holding the direction you want to go, and guiding your character with the right stick. So you hold it with the direction you want to go, you guide it with the other stick, and that is what airstrafing is. I forgot to include this in the earlier part of the video, but I ski. This is my method to doing this, is I go left and right, back and forth. So left then right, then left then right, to keep constantly airstrafing instead of just going in straight lines. This is how I keep my speed and gain speed. And the wall hops, approach the walls with some speed already from your previous wall running momentum. Approach it at a shallow angle, diagonal towards it, then hold forward and jump off immediately. So yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this helps you out, and I hope you guys enjoy the new update. I'm looking forward to it, and hope this gets you ready for it. So yeah, those are all my links up in the top right if you would like to follow all that, and I'll see you guys next time.